There's this prevailing thought that our technological advances are making us dumber, as we rely more on calculators, computers, and the internet to do things for us. It's possible that we're losing our ability to learn and think for ourselves. But what if we could use technology to make us smarter instead? It sounds like a science fiction trope, but scientists have actually been working on ways to enhance the human brain with artificial intelligence for decades, and the results are nothing short of amazing. What if we could download information directly into our brains? What if we could have a chip in our head that allowed us to access the internet? Or maybe we could have an implant that gave us telepathic abilities. These are all things that are possible thanks to advancements in neuroscience and AI. In fact, there are already people who have these kinds of implants. So what does this mean for the future of humanity? Will we evolve into a new species of super-intelligent beings? Or will we be replaced by machines entirely? Let's take a look at some of the ways that AI is already changing our brains. Brain-computer interface, or BCI, is a type of technology that allows a computer to communicate directly with the brain. This can be done through a variety of methods, but all of them involve bypassing the normal sensory systems and directly stimulating the brain. One way to do this is through a surgical procedure, where electrodes are implanted into the brain. These electrodes can then be used to record the activity of individual neurons. This type of BCI has been used to help people with severe disabilities, such as locked-in syndrome, to communicate. It's also being used in research to study the activity of the brain while people perform various tasks. Another way to do BCI is through non-invasive techniques, such as electroencephalography or EEG. This involves placing sensors on the scalp to measure electrical activity in the brain. Non-invasive BCIs can also be done through other methods, such as magnetoencephalography, which measures magnetic fields produced by the brain, and transcranial magnetic stimulation, which uses magnetic fields to stimulate the brain. The goal of both invasive and non-invasive BCI research is ultimately the same: to develop a way to restore vision in blind people. Restoring vision in blind people sounds like a far-fetched idea, but it's actually something that's being worked on by researchers at several universities and companies. The idea is that by implanting electrodes into the visual cortex, we could bypass the eyes and optic nerve and directly stimulate the brain to see. This would obviously be a huge breakthrough for blind people, and it would also give us a new way of understanding how vision works in general. Of course, there are also many ethical questions that this raises, such as whether blind people should be implanted with electrodes if they don't want to be, or if it would give them an unfair advantage over sighted people. But those are debates for another time. Brain-machine interfaces are one way that AI is already changing our brains, but it's not the only way. Another way is through neuroprosthetics. Neuroprosthetics are devices that are implanted into the nervous system to replace or augment its function. For example, a cochlear implant is a type of neuroprosthetic that can restore hearing in deaf people. There are also several different types of neuroprosthetic limbs that are being developed to help people with paralysis move around more easily. But what about enhancing our brains? That's the ultimate goal of some researchers who are developing neuroprosthetics. The idea is that by implanting a device into the brain, we could enhance our ability to learn, remember things, and even think. Some neuroprosthetics researchers are also exploring the possibility of giving people telepathic abilities. This may sound like science fiction, but it's actually something that's being worked on by researchers at several universities. The idea is that by implanting two people with the same type of electrode, We could allow them to communicate directly with each other without using any kind of verbal or written language. This would obviously be a huge breakthrough for people who are deaf or mute, but it would also give us a new way of communicating with each other that we do not currently have. Of course, there are also many ethical questions that this raises, such as whether people should be allowed to have these kinds of implants, and what would happen if someone hacked into your brain and implant. But again, those are debates for another time. While there's still a lot of work to be done, the progress that's being made in this field is really amazing. And it's clear that AI is already changing our brains in ways that we never imagined before. It's already being used to help people with disabilities, and it has the potential to make all of us smarter and more connected to each other. The future of humanity is looking pretty bright, that's for sure. Some people might think that AI will eventually take over the world and enslave or destroy humanity, but it's more likely that AI will augment and enhance our abilities rather than replacing us. In fact, AI could be the best thing that ever happened to us. It could free us from the shackles of our biology and allow us to become more than we ever thought possible. Here's how it might happen. As AI becomes more advanced, it will start to take over many of the tasks that we currently do. Repetitive, low-level tasks will be farmed out to machines, freeing up humans to pursue more creative and fulfilling endeavors. At first, this might seem like a bad thing, but it's really just the next step in our evolution. Just think about how much the invention of the plow changed human society, or how the printing press allowed for the mass production of books and the spread of knowledge. These inventions didn't just change the world, they changed us as humans. AI will do the same thing. It will change the world and change us for the better. Some people worry that AI will make us lazy or stupid, but this isn't true either. Just think about how smartphones have changed our lives. They've given us more information at our fingertips than anyone could ever hope to memorize. Yet we're still curious, and we still learn new things every day. AI will have the same effect on us. It will give us the ability to do amazing things that we never thought possible. For example, imagine a world where everyone had a personal AI assistant. This assistant could help us with everything from scheduling appointments to making dinner reservations. We could ask them anything, and they would know the answer. This would free up our time to pursue the things that are most important to us. We could spend more time with our families, friends, and hobbies. We could also use this time to learn new skills or start a business. The possibilities would be endless. Of course, there are challenges that need to be overcome before this kind of world becomes a reality. But the good news is that these challenges are not insurmountable. With a little hard work and determination, we can create a future where AI enhances our lives in ways we never imagined possible. A future where we are more than we ever thought we could be. What do you think? Will AI change us for the better, or will it destroy us? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.